Hello and welcome to episode 32 of Stronger Together, my series with the mighty Tame Valley. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate them thumbs up, any comments, anyone watches an advert. It all helps my channel get out there. So thank you very much. And if you really want to help my channel, you can always become a patron. That is massively appreciated. You'll find a link to that and some other goodies down below in the description. Now it's season 3 in the Premier League, but I think we're going into season 10. I think I've been manager for 9 years now, so I think so. And we've had some great times, haven't we? A good climb up the leagues, a few battles here and there. I've loved this story. Some great players have come and gone. Some great staff members have come and gone. And things have changed again. And it's probably been my busiest ever summer. I've never really had a summer like this where I've had to really plan out. And I mean that my pad was burning with how much writing I was doing in it. Really trying to get a good squad together, a new squad, the right balance. So I've made some changes, some tough decisions. And I've not been able to buy any superstars. We've got a couple of loans. I've got loads to get through. Loads, really. So I'm going to try and cram it into 20 minutes the best I can. So let's get into it. Now, I know a lot of you are lovely as much as I do for all the great work he does with Evolving Mindset. And I was a bit worried about his character within the game because sometimes if no one gets a job, they eventually disappear. Now, we know he left us after 6 years, became Southend manager, got the sack after a season. And then he's been floating around for a couple of years doing nothing. Well, he's finally got a job. He's back to being an assistant manager and he's with Reading, so good luck to him. Lovely. Someone gave him a chance. Quick catch up on our facilities, and as you know, we were buying the stadium and we've bought it. It is now ours. Now we can expand it, although they don't want to, I've asked. Or we can now build a new one again, so we'll see about that. I mean, I don't know if I really want to waste them finances because we are quite a small club, fan owned. We need them finances. And I'm happy here. I think it's a fantastic stadium. The fact that I've been able to change the name makes a difference to me, even though it is in Bolton. But it's our home now. No one else's. It's all ours. Checking on the vision for the season. I mean, going forward over the next few years, I just want to stay in the Premier League. And you'll see that this game can sometimes hasn't really got a clue. You'll have to let me know what you think in a bit. But we are improving the youth facilities. But that's what my aim is. Not just to stay in the Premier League, but to grow this club. And we're in Europe, and I couldn't wait. Seriously, I couldn't wait for it. Let's go through some outs, and Lee Masters, after 2 years out on loan, has finally left us. He went to Crewe. He had a good amount of offers, I think about 7 or 8 clubs. I offered him out on free just to help it over, and I'm actually paying a lot of his wages still because I just wanted to smooth it out for him. So he's chosen Crewe. I think he's had a bit of a knock, but hopefully he can have a good career. And then weirdly after that, I'd gone to my board and asked for an affiliate to send players out on loan to. They came back with 3 clubs, Rochdale, Oldham, which I like both of, and Crewe. The other 2 have got shite facilities. Crewe have got amazing youth and training facilities. Let's go through some more outs. And I've sold Mark, Premier League potential, good player. You know, he was decent. I just had too many kind of maybe attacking flair central midfielders, and I wanted to change it up, so I decided to cash in on him really, and we got a bid in for over 9 million from Wolves. Next player to leave is Johnson Barron. Been a great player for us, can play up front, play on the right, never really fleshed out. We got him from Spurs years ago. You know, he's been a good servant, 100 appearances, 24 goals. Can't really complain, but it was time to get something better. I can't believe this happened, but he asked to leave. He wasn't playing as much. I mean, he's played a ton for us. He's one of our own, from our own academy. Really liked him. I really thought he'd become a superstar, and he is a very, very good player, but again, he wanted to go, and he's gone to Sheffield Wednesday. Now, while we're on Sheffield Wednesday, they bought the Unflushable last year. Never really played him. It was very annoying. They've sold him this summer, and he's gone home to Scotland, to Ross County. Now, I know he's a Dundee United fan. I don't think he likes Rangers. I'm not sure how he'll feel about Ross County, but hopefully he kicks his career on. Now he's 29. I can't believe he's 29. Weirdly, Ian Harvey also went to Sheffield Wednesday. He had some promise, right? He never really made it in my team. He's been out on loan a few times. Was it Wickham last year? Let's move on to the ins, and the first one's Dave Woodward. Cost me 14 million eventually. He's a wonder kid apparently. We've got him from the Championship. I've had to do a lot of this, getting players from lower levels. Seems like a lot of decent players down there though. Martin Cubic, whatever you want to call him, you call it him. Martin, 20 years old, cost me 63 grand. Absolute bargain. He's a Mark replacement. I just think he's more suited. Sheriff Mar. That is Mar. My mate's called Chris Mar, or Marzi we call him, and that's how he spells his name. So I'm going to call him the Sheriff. Reminds me of Peyton Manning. Great player. Now he's a great player. Yeah, it's going to cost me over 20 million eventually, but it's from Ipswich, who were in the Championship, and that's basically where I've been doing my shopping. Ollie Bayliss, another player that's eventually going to cost me around 20 million. Left winger, up for sale, wanted to leave Blackburn because they're in the Championship. Now, he played for Montreal a good few years ago. I wonder if he played with Jackson. Another player for the Championship is Ryan Ford, another wonder kid. Another player that's going to cost me, he's going to cost me about 22 million. But yeah, the Championship is stacked at the minute, and you just got to try and get in there while you can, and that's where I'm going, because I can get players like this for 20 million eventually instead of 40 bloody million in the Premier League. Now, I've signed 2 players. One I've got now because he's a wonder kid and he's absolutely amazing, a great centre half, although I couldn't get his work permit, right? I just could not miss out on this kid. He was free, right? So I've loaned him straight out. He's gone out to Fiorentina. Mr. Grasso from Valais, midfield centre. Now, he's cost me 8.75 million minimum fee. But with this one, I thought let him stay there. So I made sure the transfer date is next year. So again, I'm hoping, I mean, he hasn't played for Argentina yet, but look how good he is. Let's try and get through the rest of the squad. We've still got Greeno in goal. Had a lot of interest again. Turned it all down, and he never moans anymore. I think he's very happy. Matthew Beale is still staying as the number 1 backup. We've got a few decent goalies in the youth team. And talking to the youth team, I have signed a ton of players. Loads and loads of young players on a free. There's bolstering them youth ranks. I can't get through all of them. I can't. Maybe you'll see him in the future if they make it. Right backs, Joey Page, ain't going nowhere. Very good player in my opinion, and he's definitely staying for 1 more year. Competing with him though is going to be Andy Matheson, who can play all over defence and often plays a centre half quite a lot. I really want to push him more out towards the right back role this year. Left backs aren't changing just yet, but Carl, if you're still watching, mate, your player has been asking all summer to leave for a new challenge. I've kind of talked him round for 1 more year, I think. Christian Kroll is staying, but if you look at him, he's a good player. But I think that'll be the plan next year. Any finances we get, you know, I'm really working on this team. Still good, it's still young, but I think next year I'll be looking at a position like left back. If Martin goes, maybe keep Christian, try and get a very good young left back in. So of course, Barry's still here. Very good lad, very good player, covers in midfield. Gavin Ring's still here, which is great. Again, another good, solid player of ours. Going into midfield though, Daryl Motion. Definitely staying. A bit of a legend. Although, if Grasso comes next year, he plays in his position pretty much. You'll be interested. Peter is staying. Again, it was a toss-up between him and Mark, but I quite liked him over Mark, to be fair. And yeah, got a bit of potential. He could get a bit better. We'll see. Now on to Ricardo Eno Abreu, by far one of our best players last year. Now he's been playing as an AMC, hasn't he? But I think I'm going to stick him as a Mez in the middle more, because I've got 2 good AMCs now. You've seen the Sheriff, and we've still got Simon Heckman. I know I might have dissed him now and again, but the kid's got loads of potential, and he had quite a lot of interest. He had a few clubs coming for him actually. You know, the guy we picked up on a free from Bayern Munich. So with him and the Sheriff, I want them competing for that role. Abreu slots back. So of course, competing with Ollie Bayliss, a new left winger, I've kept Jackson. You know, he on paper he don't look great, but I think he does a good job for me. On the right, we've got Cenevro. I've changed his name because it's Cenervo. I always call him Cenevro, so that's what it's called. I mentioned a loan some players. I just had no more money. I had no money left. I wanted someone really good on the right, so the only avenue I had was to loan. So we've loaned Ribera from Arsenal. He's worth a lot of money. I mean, and he hit the ground running until he got injured. So it is what it is. He's out for 4 weeks potentially. Sprained ankle, 21 years old, but it's the kind of player I'm hoping falls in love with the Valley. Maybe we can buy in the future. I've still got Stuart Clare. He's just too handy to not. He's like that extra player. Can have 25-man squad. So I've got that new guy, Guinea, or what his name is, floating around in defence. We've got a player or 2 in the midfield. We've got Stuart Clare can cover all over the front, and I need that this year. And we need 3 strikers, and I've got 3 strikers as well. I think we are stacked. Fletcher, you might have noticed his shirt is on the wall, the new number 10. And a great year for us last year. One of the reasons why we got into Europe. So I'm not being dad biased. He deserves his shirt in my office. Captain Kano ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. And I mean, Fletcher started off the season with an injury, because I'm well into it here. You'll see in a bit. Kane though, he's still scoring. He's gone back down to being a League One striker. I don't know if you can see that. Premier League, 2 starts, 2 sub appearances, 4 goals. And I've loaned a striker from Manchester City. It's Son from South Korea. It's not the geezer from Spurs. It is a new one. He's only 20 years old. Loads of international experience. And I just felt like I needed more. And I think we've got it. And I think I've shown everyone there. The new guys in, a few of the guys out. And the guys we've still got. But annoyingly, and this really frustrated me, and this is what's giving me a lot of satisfaction when you see what's happened, right? Is we're no longer 1,000 to 1. We're 900 to 1. Why are we still on the bottom of this? 2 solid seasons in the Premier League, going into our 3rd. We're a European club. And I think we've got really good players. I think we've got really, really good players. By the 17th of October, we'd played 7 and we'd won 7. Now, to be fair, I've only had 1 big club, and we'll have a look in a minute. The rest have been games I could win, and I have won. And we've been amazing. We have been absolutely amazing. These guys have clicked with an absolute passion. An absolute passion. So I'm very offended by the bookies on this game, and it shows you how much bullshit it is. But before we look at how we've got them 7 wins, which have been brilliant, let's have a look at pre-season. And there were some good games. Now, what I did on purpose was I set one up with Ross County because the Unflushable was there, so I thought that was quite cool. Then we played Abreu. Now, you may or may not know, but they're from Switzerland, and CP played up front as a striker. Obviously, no one scored. It ended up 0-0, but it was lovely to see him. Then we went out to China. Did okay. Forget that. And weirdly, it was Evolving Mindset Cup time. I invited Wickham, because obviously a couple of our lads are there. Martin Smith's there. Bolton, because it's Ben Ballantyne's Bolton. And Crew, because Lee Masters was there. And we got beat off Wickham 1-0. I'm thinking, oh shit, I have maybe made mistakes here. We won 3rd place playoff in our own tournament. Brilliant. And then we had a cheeky game with Boca because there was quite a big gap and I wanted to fill out. So that was quite cool. We kicked off our campaign against Chelsea away and battered them. Look at that. Now, they had a full team of regens, so I don't know if they're in that transition period, but I didn't expect it. But I'll take it. Next up, it was 5-0 against Brentford. And look at them stats again. Look how everyone's playing. I mean, Woodward and Ford, new central defensive partnership, are great. Next up was Southampton. And again, it should have been about 10-0. I'm playing it like, this is amazing. Look at the XG. And then this was great. Mainly because they had 1 shot and couldn't get it on target. But we had 25, 10 on target, dominated the game. I mean, got centre-half scoring. And the thing is, we made it qualities. I've struggled to beat Leeds. Not today. Then it was on to Norwich, and this was definitely Brian Kane's game. Could have had 4 goals in 1 game. We then followed that up with this. I mean, you can't stop us. What's going on? And then this. I mean, sexual. It's going to end eventually. You can tell the teams we played after Chelsea are teams that we could get results against. But I've got a very good team. Bayliss is class. He just didn't want to play in the Championship anymore. The Sheriff is the same. He's class. Ribera is a wonder kid from Arsenal. I mean, I've got options in the middle. Quebec, 63 grand beast in the middle of the park. Abreu didn't play great here, but he's doing well there. The back 4, the keeper. Yeah, we're going for top 4 this year. But we're also going for European football, and we had to qualify. We're in the last lot of qualifiers, the 4th round, I think it is, the Path, it's called, against Sigma Olomouc. They're a team from the Czech Republic. That's where you get your players for 63 grand, and there's tons of them. I ain't even got the league running. With a 5-0 advantage, though, I gave a lot of other guys a game, gave them a run out. It kind of let me down a bit after the way we'd been playing. This was a bit like, but, you know, it was enough. And we're on into the group stage. A group stage which we have started. Now, I started it for a reason, because this first game was at home and against Sturm Graz, who are probably the biggest team in the group with us. But this competition looks great. I'm going to show you properly in a sec, but I wanted the first live com to be in Europe away. No point in me telling you to get your passports if we don't go on a trip. But let's look at our group, and it's got Dundalk in it, Levski, who we're going to be playing today away in Bulgaria. So yeah, that's where we're going, boys. Here, the beer is cheap and the women are easy. So I hear. So yeah, hopefully we can do well today. I'm expecting us to do well. But we could do really well in this competition. There's only a couple of teams I'd say I'd be worried about. Let's go to the groups now. That first group, instantly you can see Lazio. I'd say that's one. Lazio, Braga, Rennes. I mean, these are teams we should do well against, but you know, they're obviously bigger names. You've got Lask from Austria, but are they anyone? Austria Vienna, Rapid Vienna, Sparta Prague, Basel. That's about it, innit? This is something. If we don't get to the last 4 at least, I think that'd be a failure. Now, we haven't really won much. We've only ever won 2 things. The Sky Bet League 2. How have we climbed through the leagues? Only won a Sky Bet League 2 and a Vanarama National League. I have no idea. But maybe, just maybe, we can add this lovely trophy to the cabinet. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, look at the squad though. Look at the form. I mean, Manuel, injured, gutted, because he's been amazing. What a loan pickup. Matheson's done a good job. The Sheriff is a beast. Abreu, as you can see, new role, fits in perfectly. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say. I'm honestly shocked, especially with the Premier League form, because I've made a lot of changes. I thought I was going to break this group of band of brothers up, but I think we've kicked it on here. I don't think we're going to win the league. Don't get me wrong. We've been on a lucky streak. All right, we kick off. Pitch looks amazing. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be dead muddy and crap. But yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, I'm buzzing with this. I love a game. We're nearly 10 years into it now, so regens are starting to take over, and it's always my favourite time. It's a great time to play Football Manager. And I was really pleasantly surprised this summer with some of the players. Like Bayliss has been great on that left wing. You know, I probably played for Blackburn, once played Premier League football. I was surprised more teams didn't come in for him. The Sheriff, a few teams came in for him, but maybe we were the best. I mean, these are players like at Ipswich and Blackburn, and then Ford, that centre half. Unfortunately, he's not playing today. From Forest, so great pickups. I've took a gamble on 2 WONDERKIDS from abroad, but I think the centre half will pay off because he's just got straight in that national team now. And his form's been outstanding, apparently, for Fiorentina. Come on, lads. Here's Darryl Motion. What's he going to do with it? He's found Abreu, back to Motion. Come on. Pinging it out, trying to find Bayliss, who's out on the right. Right, go on, Fletch, go on. Oh. Well, after 15 minutes, nothing is happening. Nothing. We ain't had a shot. They ain't had a shot. Come on, lads. I mean, I know I've made a lot of changes. I mean, I've rested a few players for the Prem because we should be doing well here. We should, shouldn't we? We'll see, though. I've had a good run, actually, recently. I don't know if you watched me Deportivo rebuild episode 2, but I nearly went the whole season, winning every game until the very end. We started to draw a couple. I lost 2 on the back-to-back near the end. But sometimes it just clicks. And do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I think sometimes I put a lot of effort in. Sometimes I put extra super effort in. Here's Bayliss. Go on. And I do get me pad out. And I try and get that balance right. I think I've done that with this. And I did that with Deportivo. And what else I've done with this, I've really gone into the training, individual player training as well. Everyone is really like training the position that they're going to play in properly. Well, it's that time. That was not very good. 5 shots not on target. They've had 1 on target. Yeah, poop. Right, second half's kicking off, and yeah, I gave him an ass kicking. He said I want happy. I'm just going to leave it 10 minutes, and then I'm going to change things up. Proper change things up, because I want to win. I want to win every game in this group and do the best we can. I mean, what is it? I said Lazio are the only team, because I think Lazio, I play a lot of saves. Is it this save? We'll check it out in a bit, but I've seen Lazio be amazing on Football Manager. I think it might have been, was it Schalke? They won back-to-back Champions Leagues? I don't know, maybe. So yeah, they're always a threat, big club. But the rest of them, the Rennes and the Sparta Pragues, no different than us, are they? Could beat them on the day. Oh, beautiful football. Go on, Fletcher. From the Sheriff to the Fletch. We are the Valley. We travel near and far to Bulgaria to watch the boys in white. Oh, Levski, you are shite. We hate you, Levski. They're gonna score. There we are. We're in that corner there. Can't fill a stadium though, can we? Why don't it just spread us out? Give us a bit of room. Social distance. I've made 2 changes. The 2 guys that got us the goal are off. The Sheriff has come off for Heckman, and Brian Kane's come on, because he's becoming like the new Lee Masters in a way. He is. He's the 3rd choice striker now. Captain Kano, who isn't the captain anymore. Shit. I've not talked about that, have I? And he was okay with it. He said it was time to move on. But I just felt with Europe, that all them extra games, I needed that help. I've got players who can cover up front like Jackson or Claire, but they're not out and out strikers. I want to make sure we are as strong as we can be, maybe all the time. So go on, blast it, get in. Yeah, it's not been the most dramatic game, but you know, nice little trip for you. You spent your money on your ticket, come out to Bulgaria, loving it, atmosphere, beer, all that good stuff. Party time tonight. It's all about getting the win in it, in these group stages and getting out this group. But here we are, is Bayless. Well, there you go, job done. Hopefully it was a nice little trip out for you. I will take a victory. This is what we need to do, keep steamrolling these games. Well, there you go, that is the end of episode 32. Thanks as always for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I can't wait to get stuck into the season. This is Fletcher, whose shirt is up on the wall. Say hello, Fletch.
Hello.
Thank you for scoring 22 goals last year. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Where are you going now?
To school.
He's going to school. Anyway, take care. I'm Bood. This is Bood number 2. Boody Fletch, aren't you?
No.
Love him very much. Needs an haircut. But all the barbers are still shut. See you next time.